Our entire world is in grave danger. I want you to come with me on an expedition.
I'm not my father. What in the...
This could be the defining moment.
We need to get out of here!
Let's make history.
This could be the defining moment.
Hi, I'm Shamthakit from Just Do It Thailand. สวัสดีครับ
Hi.
After I watched the 20-minute preview, it's by far the weirdest Disney film I ever seen, guys.
Seriously?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Didn't see that coming.
The design of the world building is fascinating, and as a fan of Jules Verne, this is our dream.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How long you guys have to hold the secret about this world?
Well, it's been 2018 I think is generally when we started, and we still haven't unveiled all the secrets of the world. Seeing the movie, hopefully you'll have a little bit more. We want to leave some mystery about what Strange World is and all the creatures and stuff like that. Will have to be when you actually watch the movie. But it's been hard because everybody who worked on the film loves it so much, and we've wanted to share it with the world, and so we're just so excited right now to be able to do that.
Hello. You probably don't understand a word I'm saying.
Dad? Grandpa? I'm a grandpa.
What was it like taking on the chair of the director with Don?
It was a complete pleasure. I mean, I think it's coming from already working with them on Raya and getting to put my heart and soul into making that. It was great to kind of come in here, and luckily, like after going through that experience, Don still wanted to work with me because I didn't mess up everything, gave him too much of a headache. But it was a pleasure to work with him and just kind of like help realize this vision he had 4 years ago on making something that a lot of ways is for his dad and it's for his kid, just like I kind of personalized it for my own dad, for my own kid. So it was a personal journey. It was a pleasure, and Don is a wonderful guy. I don't know why that sounds sarcastic. I can't help it, but
I'm not buying that.
He's so great.
Grandpa's awesome.
He is not awesome!
That's a really toxic way to start a relationship.
It's really amazing because they were working on this film. They went away and worked on Raya. And when they came back, the communication between those two, they almost finish each other's sentences. Or sometimes they correct each other's sentences. There's really an amazing kind of rhythm between them, and there's a lot of respect. So it makes it a lot of fun, and it's a great tone.
We are clearly in uncharted territory.
This film is packed with an old school sci-fi vibe. Is there any film or books that influenced you to making this strange world, apart from your all-time favorite, Raider of the Lost Ark?
Everyone knows. We already know.
I'm such a Raiders fanboy. Yeah, yes, there were a lot. Starting off with just sort of the broad inspiration of certain types of adventure stories, and specifically those stories where a group of explorers find a hidden world full of hidden creatures, and King Kong being probably the most famous example of that journey to the center of the earth was really influential, because I did a lot of research early on about knowing I wanted the movie genre-wise to be that type of film, an adventure film of explorers finding a hidden world. Trying to trace the roots of kind of literary adventure stories back to what I would say, at least in modern terms, is sort of the beginnings of the adventure story, which was Jules. All roads led to Jules Verne. It kind of started from there, and read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Edgar Rice Burroughs, which I loved as a kid, and that's kind of the journey in terms of literary references for this film.
But still Raider of the Lost Ark, right?
Still Raiders of the Lost Ark. All time. Number one.
Whoa! What kind of airship is that?
I've never seen anything like it. Baby Clay
What is the resident doing in our front yard?
When I was writing the script, day one all the way up to a couple of weeks ago when everyone told me that I had to stop writing. Because in animation, there's not like a moment where it stops. Like in live action, you write a script, you stop, you hand it over, you prep it, you then go shoot it. In animation, you're writing it and you're rewriting it. You come up with a better idea, you react to it, 2 seconds later, and it's this constant thing. For 4 years, you're working on it. So there was no definitive stop point. In a lot of ways, we joke like the script is basically the transcript of what's finally up on the screen. But there's not a moment where I got to go, done. That is it. Story locked. Like,
Yeah.
Here it is. I bestow onto you. Let's make it so. Yeah. There was never a moment like that.
Never stop.
That's what I'm talking about.
Around the.
Yeah.
I know that every time Disney making a new film, there's gonna be a research trip, right? How about this one? Where did you find an inspiration? It's about the strange world.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah, we went down into a volcano, and it was an amazing expedition. No, we did not. It's very interesting because I think their biggest research trip was to Washington, D.C., to the National Geographic headquarters, where they got to meet with scientists and explorers and really kind of got into that world. But most of the research was done in-house. We brought people in.
Do you mind if I call you Splat?
So cute. I want to merchandise it.
It was a very fun time early on. This is before, we didn't have much of a crew, maybe a few story people, but, we would pitch the general idea or concept to, we had climatologists, paleontologists, biologists, geologists. I love history, I love science. And it was really fun to get them all in a room and have them play around with us and let them, open their imaginations into this. We would just start with this broad idea of like, here's this world. What could the animals be like? What could the plants be like? They were so willing to go on that kind of creative journey with us. And I think they found it really fun too, because I think, in the real world, science is very rigorous and, very fact-based. This was not fact-based. This was, taking their areas of expertise and extrapolating that to this sort of new world. And I think they found it as a really fun creative challenge.
Mr. Clade, I'm a huge fan of your dad. Do you think you could forge his autograph?
What? Yeah, our head of story's father is a cartologist.
Oh, I thought he was that. Yeah, that's right.
He was a map maker, and he came in.
Yep.
And taught us about map making, and it was so great to see our head of story so proud that her father was there to be an inspiration to
we had a lot of ologists on this movie.
Ologists.
The cliffs are alive, and the waters dissolve the flesh off your bones.
Everything down here is trying to kill us.
It's a big film. It is an event film. When Don talks about his influences, it is basically Disney's Raiders of the Lost Ark, or Star Wars even, or it is a big cinematic event. One of my favorite things about this film is how breathtaking the landscapes we've created in here. Like, they just go on and on forever. It has like some big action sequences that there's some movies that can be very much enjoyed at home with people like sitting on a bench and talk. This is not one of those movies. So we are having like everything from like incredible monster fights and chase sequences with giant creatures to like a third act ending sequence that is as big and boisterous as a Raiders of the Lost Ark or a Marvel movie even. It is something that is meant to be seen in the biggest screen you can find.
Hey, stop pushing buttons. Bad Splat.
Where in the world are we? This place is not what it seems.
Come on, we got a world to save.
Let's get moving!
Whoa, wait!
Jump!
You touch me
Me and my four-legged friend, we can't wait to see it.
I feel like your four-legged friends mocking our dog.
Okay, see you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
ถ้าคุณรักแอนิเมชันก็อย่าลืมกดซับกดแชร์กดไลค์และกดปุ่มแจ้งเตือนเอาไว้เพื่อไม่ให้พลาดหลากคอนเทนต์สุดเอ็กซ์คลูซีฟเจาะลึกถึงหนังอัศจรรย์กว่าใครที่เดียวที่จด Just Do It พิมพ์จารีตภาษาอังกฤษส่วนดูภาษาไทย